right, we're 24 hours in. How are we feeling?
What's so funny?
Well, I have a feeling I know what most of you guys are putting in my comment section right now, and it has to do with a specific blitz that literally everybody is running out there right now. If you guys are struggling with this blitz and you need to learn how to pick it up, I'm going to kind of get you on the right path after this intro, but you should definitely go over to gridirongameplans.gg where I can show you how to shut it down out of nearly any formation in the game. Other than that, today's video, we're going to show you guys the best bunch playbook in Madden. I think this is the one that you're going to run if you guys want to stay in this formation this year. There's a lot of players talking about maybe this is not a bunch year. I kind of disagree. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Dan from Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what I think is the best bunch playbook in Madden 23. Now, I know a lot of you guys are talking about bunch maybe not being as meta this year as it has been in years past. I really think that the bunch in and of itself is not a bad formation. It really wasn't patched. I just think that they kind of patched the ability for anybody to go out there, run around, and throw a skinny post one-play touchdowns. This year's game, after 24 hours, I think the culture shock is that it's more of a check-down West Coast passing-based game, and that blocking is not really that good in this year's game. So when you guys select your playbook, it's very, very important that you find a playbook that can give you the weapons that you need, whether it be stock routes or blocking setups that you might be looking at. Now, what we're going to be doing here is breaking down the West Coast playbook. The reason that I like the West Coast playbook is that you've got a play in particular in this playbook where the tight end blocks default. Now, I know that Mike Skimbo posted this on his channel a few days back. That was before everyone else had the game, but I do want to touch on some other things in terms of why I like the West Coast bunch. Now, I'm also not known as a gun bunch player, but I know that most of you guys want to know the best way to run gun bunch. I did run a lot of bunch last year out of the Rams X Nasty, and that is where I will be starting. That will be my first offensive game plan this year on gridirongameplans.gg. If you guys didn't take advantage of the pre-sale that unlocked everything for the entire year, I'm sorry, but you guys can unlock everything on the website for $9.95 a month. That's every offensive and defensive game plan, our vault updates, which we are going crazy with vault content right now early on in the year, but no less than one time per week. We will update that. Like I said, early on, all the time, we're updating the vault. And then you guys will also get access to our members only Discord where we have lab sessions. So we'll be getting those rolling here very, very soon. Nonetheless, the bunch X Nasty will still be my offense to start the year, but I think that the gun bunch is best in the West Coast. So let's go ahead and explain why. First and foremost, I think that you've got this play here, wide receiver post. You guys watch Skim, you guys know exactly what he was talking about in this video. If this is news to you, make sure you guys are checking out Skimbo. I'm not sure how you would know me but not know Mike, but go check him out. This play, wide receiver post, very, very good because it is one of those plays where the tight end blocks by default. Now, why is that important? That's important because if you're facing a heavy blitz meta and you need to block the tight end and utilize the running back as a receiver, you can. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to put the running back on a route. Maybe my opponent is using the player that is assigned to the running back, and I want to make sure that he carries out that assignment. So I put the running back on maybe a swing route, an out route, whatever that may be. But I also know that at the end of the day, my opponent is blitzing, 6. So I need the tight end to stay in. This is a great play because it is one of the only plays in the game where the bunch tight end is actually blocking by default. If you take a look at the tight end's hot routes, I bring those up. Because of his stance being a receiver stance, he does not have tight end blocking assignments. No check and releases, no blocking at all. He has slot receiver routes, including slants and zigs, which was a widely asked for thing to return for tight ends, but we didn't know that it would come at the expense of blocking the tight ends. That's been a major nerf to bunch style formations. Now, there's a lot of ways to block the tight end in bunch. If you guys want to know more, besides just the max protect trick, make sure you guys also head over to Gridiron because I've got you covered over there as well. But this play is great because it is going to give you the ability to basically block the tight end, blocking a 6-man rush, and throw your little check down routes against that man meta that is very, very prevalent right now. You guys may have also noticed that we have a way to pick up the double loop meta that I talked about at the beginning of the video, that is a very, very big meta right now. And having this play where the tight end's blocking by default, if you guys use that setup that's on Gridiron, you guys will be able to pick up that 3-3-5 normal LB Blitz 0 double loop that everybody and their dog is running. I highly anticipate that being patched, but it is going to win you a lot of games if you know how to pick it up, because that's pretty much what everyone runs on defense right now. So that's the first thing about this particular formation that truly stands out to me as being a reason to run the West Coast bunch. The other reasons are that you've got really, really good stock plays. Wide receiver post has a skinny post to the outside receiver. If you guys were to play the game right now, you really would have to go get a hot route master, which doesn't exist in MUT right now, or an outside apprentice at your receiver to make this happen in other bunch formations. To have this at your disposal as a stock route is very, very, very big when you're playing this game. And then you obviously have the other post, this deep attack post. This deep attack post is really good because while, for instance, you may not be able to throw the skinny post against cover 3, the deep attack post is one that you can throw against cover 3. So what I'm talking about is this route right here is shallow enough that you can actually lead it down underneath a safety. And you see right there that I can actually make that play. Whereas if I had a skinnier angle up the field, that would be a lot more challenging. So this stock route is really, really nice to have. Again, you see how the flat angle of this route allows me to keep it away from that safety. Now right there, I didn't hit the catch button because my thumb slipped, but you saw that the placement was such that if I actually played an animation, we're going to be able to catch that ball. So again, you see here how this works. That one was swatted. Again, the pass rush is nuts this year. That one was swatted, but again, this is something that you're going to be able to throw pretty easily. I mean, you see right there how I can lead that away from a safety. The user's going to have to be back on that. So again, that post is huge. Now, on top of that, you've got so many different other stock route combos that are in this playbook. You take a look at this play deep corner. This is one of the best one-play touchdowns in Madden because of the fact that you have a skinny post on the bunch side. Last year, you had to put a player on the outside on a skinny post and flip the formation to bring the skinny post in. They removed that whole possibility this year. So if I were to put my outside receiver on a route and then flip it, it basically just takes it back to the stock play. So flipping your play now doesn't keep your hot routes. You basically get this reset. So having a skinny post to the B receiver is really, really big because now in terms of beating, that cover 3 meta, I could just run a play setup just like this where, if we face a cover 3, provided that we get the time for this, you're actually going to be able to throw the ball. You see how that B receiver is out wide open over the top. Again, it's going to come down to whether or not you have time in the pocket, and this year's game is big on pocket degradation. But as you might imagine, just being able to run this route combo right here is going to be a one-play touchdown. This is something that has been a thing in Madden for a long, long time. I mean, this has been a one-play touchdown since I started playing in 2008. This particular route combo, comeback, streak, skinny post. Very, very easy one-play touchdown. And you've got that as a stock play that you can just make basically 2 hot routes and go. One-play touchdown. Another play that I think is really, really good is obviously mesh post. Mesh post is a great check down play. This year's game is dink and dunk. Having a great check down option like this with the drag left to right, the drag right to left, the flat option, and then another flat post over the middle. We talked about the deep attack post. This mesh post is also very, very good as well because you can pass lead it underneath of a middle third as well. So if you see this, you could pass lead this down and cut it off, just like you see right there. So good at being able to beat these coverages that a lot of players during the beta were saying the zone is great. The zone is great. Honestly, the zone is in a spot where if you know how to use this pass lead mechanic, and honestly, it's not as good as it was in the beta, and I anticipated them to roll it back a little bit. But this is a playbook that I think if you guys are looking at bunch, certainly when MUT gets those alternate playbooks, you guys need to be in the West Coast if you guys are running bunch. There's just so much that it allows you to do at a faster cadence. There are ways to block the tight end in bunch, but they involve motions and motion backs and wasted motions where you have to block a certain way with a motion. It just gets complicated, and this is the bunch that's going to keep the game simple for you but also retain a lot of the effectiveness, that high octane mentality that bunches become known to have over the last 2 decades of competitive Madden. So there you guys have it. That is today's video, the best bunch in Madden 23. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, be sure to drop those below. Make sure you guys subscribe to gridirongameplans.gg. We'll be getting the game plans on both sides of the ball out as soon as possible. Kind of waiting to see what early patches change anything drastic before we publish. But I already know what I'm running on both sides of the ball, and we'll have that out on the website very, very soon. I hope to see you guys over there. If not, we'll see you guys right back here with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.